It's like if I can get onto the ETB to get a bill paid, I know that if I bring this one person, it will get done. Whereas if I bring 3 other people, it'll sit in their desk for a week. So it's about that. And I think that's the unfortunate thing about life anyway, is that people who get things done are overworked because everyone knows they get things done. Yeah. So it's really positive and it's really strong in Carrigtwohill. I came from a much larger town. I come from Mallow originally.
Oh, yeah.
And the difference would be immense. Yeah. Because in Mallow was just too big. So everything is lost. And there are key people in Mallow, but most people would not know them because people don't meet each other as much, and there isn't that, I suppose, sense of community or that sense of, people working together all the time. There are in certain parts of the town, but it's so much easier to fall through the cracks in a big town like that. Whereas here, if a principal is worried about someone, or if a teacher is worried about someone, it's very, very easy to access the person that you know can help. Yeah. That's what I feel.
That's one of the things I wonder, and I'm not going to sufficiently test in this research, is there a size limit? Mm-hmm. You've talked about size quite a few times.
Yeah, I really think so. Yeah, I suppose I would have taught in a city centre school previous to this, and I would have been 15 years there, and that would have been an 800 student school. Yeah. 40, 50 teachers, and just bigger than the 3 schools here. Yeah. And I feel that the sense of responsibility here is much greater because not only do you know all of the children, but you probably know their families and you see them, and that's not just because I'm from here, but because everyone's involved in the same thing. So when we go to St. Patrick's Day Parade, you see the same things. There's kind of this overarching sense of responsibility that I don't know if I had in the city centre school. No, actually I just didn't, to be honest.
So now you said you're from here, but you also said you're from Mallow.
So I live here. I've been living here since 2005.
Okay, so that's a long time.
Yeah, so I grew up in Mallow, and my family are still in Mallow, so I would go back there. My 2 sisters live there, but neither of them have chosen to send their children to schools in the town. They both chose to send them outside the town to country schools, because there's just that sense of, and it's not like it's a city, but I even think in cities when you have a suburb can become quite like a little community.
It can,
whereas in a town like that, things can get lost. It's not big enough to have little parts, and it's not small enough to have the sense. Like all of them would be very envious of just the general feel around here of, so like when you walk down the street, or if I walk the dog, I would know I won't know everybody, but I know a lot of people, not through being principal, but just because for everything you do, it's the same people. So you're standing in the queue in Central, you sound the same, There's only so much of us, There's so many of us here, And it is changing, but I do think that the size of the community really, really, I mean, say we would have had this discussion given like if Gil lives in Glenmire, which is a very, very large community there, and that's a very different feel to Carrigtwohill as well.
Yeah, so you can get more lost in it.
You can, and I think the key elements of a strong community council, a strong FRC, I have never seen a group work as hard in a community before. It kind of ties us all together. So even like we're getting pulled in for meetings, and like say even with Trustla now, we'd go in and we'd have a meeting about say how to bridge the gap between us and all the different services that we can use. These are things that we mightn't know.
So trying to organise that.
So what it is there's MEHL, it's called. So MEHL would be our pre-Trustla steps, say if we're worried about someone. So they would call all of the community leaders, say principals and people from the FRC and the resource centre and all that, the resource centre, and say from the secondary schools as well, anyone who's working with children and youth at all, so that we would know that so they had Jigsaw in talking just now with mental health for teenagers, or they would go through, I suppose, who we could contact in the event. So that's really good for me. So the community guard would come, who I would never have met otherwise. He's based in Cove and Middleton, so they're not assigned to Carrigtwohill. So what it does is it just tries to establish connections.
And is that it meets every quarter, or is it as needs?
I think it's only started up this year, but it's about every 2 months I think we're meeting.
Okay, so it's like a forum.
It's like a forum, yeah, exactly.
So I did read an article about that because the word MEHL came up more as that really old idea of I play your field, you play mine.
Exactly.
You help me pay, I help you. And then I saw that Trustla appropriated this word in a way. Yeah. So it's really about, like, I suppose traditionally MEHL would be when we use it in schools, and that would be like a Saturday and say all the parents come on in, we'll all paint the wall, and then we'll all have tea and coffee afterwards. So, but I think what it's about really is working together without, and I think we see it a lot here. So when you have a family that are at risk, but they're not like, nobody's in danger, but they need a little bit of extra support. And like for me, I suppose, because I'm learning in the job, but also because it gives us an opportunity to discuss it with somebody, a worry you might have that mightn't be great enough to concern everybody. So we work with Nessa Barrett, who works with Trustla, and Kate Power, I think her name is.
So they would be our key people there, and I know they're what would you call your paid people.
Yeah.
But it does help to establish connections in the community among everybody.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So I guess what is coming out of your conversation is it's about connections, relationships, but also some structures that make that happen.
That's really, you have to have all of them, isn't it? And I think like educating our adults, and I don't know, that's always a challenge, and I think that's going to be it going forward.
Yeah.
So that any kind of I suppose negative ideas that any adults have, they're not being passed down to their children.
Good luck with that one.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. That's been
no problem at all,
incredibly helpful.